thing where you can play real slots.
Oh Lord.
For real money.
Your ass and your damn.
Gambling, yeah, I know. I need to stop though before I get myself in trouble.
I think you should just set a limit for yourself.
I do.
See, I'm not a gambler, so I can't even act like
Right.
As a non-gambler, because like me, I don't gamble. So like, I'm the nigga that go to Vegas, and I don't even like Vegas, but I'll do like the penny slots and be like, all right, my $20 is gone. All right, I had enough.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Right.
My mom was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not like that.
Yeah, no, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But shit, the other day, I hit $750.
No way.
Off that sucker. I really had 9, but I played some of it back.
Okay.
Really had 9, played some of it back. I cashed out $750. Then turned around the next day, cashed out $400.
See, I didn't even play long enough. I done lost some off today.
Right. So that's how you got your money work.
Hey man,
because I told myself.
I figured it was something. I said this nigga either play bingo or she did Uber Eats or something. I know you.
For real, swear to God. Swear to God. I was like, okay, so I got this money right here, right now. And I know I'm going to go buy this because I know his boy's birthday coming up. Want to do a classroom for a classroom party and then, because y'all do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to pay her right now. I'm about to call, I'm about to text her, ask her, is it cool? And what I did was, when I won the $400, I went ahead and just paid you like that. When she cashed me out, I went ahead and just did that right here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was like, I'm always touching myself crazy.
You know, like, honestly, I've learned too, like, when people ask me certain things, even if I feel like they kind of be funny, I make sure I use that as, like, an opportunity to, like, let people know that, like, you know. So for me, I feel like that's a genuine question.
Right.
We know, I think a lot of times, like, when we talk about stuff like that, like, you know, like my clients, my homegirls and stuff, y'all be like, what the fuck? But, like, because it's me.
Yeah.
And y'all know get down like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it's other people, like, you really don't know what you're walking into. And you know me, I try to make it to where if I'm working at home, because I work at home, I try to make sure that at all times, you know, that y'all are like, you know what it's like, you know what it's like when you hear the kids ain't here or whatever. So, you know, I let the young lady know, like, listen, whenever you see them in the background, it's on the weekend. Right. I said, and my regulars know, like, I said, I only have that open for regulars.
Right.
And regulars know the kids are going to be here. That's why it's only for them. When I get new people and they become returning clients, I let them know, hey, look, you're welcome to come on a Sunday. Just know that the kids are here. Right. You know, like, and I have help. So, hey, daddy is here. Right. Well, you know, so this time, the big kids, I got the big kids. And Katie, look here. Katie is me junior. So, Taylor's gonna make sure. Like, everybody good. Everybody is cool. I really don't have to do nothing but work still. Right. But I totally understand. Like, it's been places where I've gone and like traveled to somebody. And I say, hey, look, you know, I need a space that won't be in a high traffic area. Right. You know, I'm not responsible if the flat iron falls or whatever. And I did these 2 girls there one time. And I'm not afraid of dogs. Right. I wasn't afraid of dogs, but girl, they got the dogs roaming all over the place. They got me smack dab in the living room. Right. Dogs walking around. I wish there were a couple dogs who stepped on the flat iron. Right. So I try to be mindful of all that stuff. And even if you are getting your hair done and you know that somebody got kids, you don't have to put the kids all in your face. Right. All in your person. Right. I'm gonna do that all the time. Y'all all say that. Look, I always say this. Y'all all say that, but for me, baby, look here. Right. When I go elsewhere, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to. I hear the word my man be triggered. Right. No. And y'all all be like, I don't care. I got kids. Like,
he said, Mom, you wasn't your hair done. I said, yeah. He said, can I go? I said, no, sir, you can't. Sorry. I said, you can't. I said,
the whole crew be here.
Yeah, I said, she don't have other people bring their kids like that. So you have to. I said, I'm not going to cousin house this time. I was going to cousin house, and yeah, you can come with me, but I'm not going to cousin house this time. And I be wanting to say yes. So he was so sad. And he went on here.
Tell him it's no hard feelings. I promise.
I said, it's okay, boo. I'll be back, sure.
It is no hard feelings.
I need to break my ass in my especially after yesterday.
I be trying to
tell you. Especially after yesterday shit. That shit was crazy.
At least I know you safe with your daddy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But he's on the hunt. He's on the hunt to look for the key thing to piss him off.
Oh yeah, well you know that's gonna happen anyway.
And that's why I said I don't know if I did it already because he was like, so Chris wasn't right there at all. I'm like, I didn't see him, but I didn't see him because once I found something was going on with Junior, everybody around
the
me
world stopped.
blocked.
Yeah, the world
everybody
stopped.
around. I was only focused on him, getting the ambulance there, and to check him out and call you to let you know what's going on. Because
like
there was no way I
let
could
it
not
pass.
call you and tell you what's going on.
Let it pass.
Oh yeah.
Don't harp on it too much. I know it's hard not to.
I'm trying to bring it up. What you talking about?
Huh?
I'm trying to bring it up.
I'm talking about right now.
Oh,
Even right now.
Right.
Like, don't harp on it. Like,
right.
And because that's something I have bad. I am a I'm a Gemini. I am a serial overthinker. I am the overthinking queen, honey.
Yes.
Like, and I will
overthink
overthink myself into a damn depression.
Yeah.
I will overthink myself into shit that ain't even happened, probably will never happen. Let me tell you, I realized that that's where my social anxiety comes from.
Okay.
Because I've always been awkward as hell. But like as I got older, I really have bad social anxiety. And I was like, where did this come from?
Right.
Out of nowhere. And it's so funny because those of y'all that can get around me be like, oh my God, I would have never thought. I'm like, that's not comfortable with y'all.
Right.
If you see me outside, I'm dead ass quiet. I be head in my phone until I like get drunk or something. And everybody that knows me knows like for instance, when I went to Roll It Loud, everybody was like, "Oh, your ass was drunk, huh? You was outside making friends."
Right.
I was like, "That's exactly what happened. I was outside making friends, honey."
That's right.
Yeah, but you know, with this. Like I said, first and foremost, we know that you would never intentionally put that baby in any kind of harm. And he knows that.
Yeah.
He's just reeling off of, oh my God, this could have happened. Yeah. But for yourself, it don't make it better for neither one of y'all. If y'all are freaking out or, you know, even if he is looking, because we know how men are too. Like, you know, he wants to say, I feel like X, Y, Z. But he's probably trying not to flex.
He's trying not to flex.
Because there's been times where putting in the drawing y'all back.
Oh,
yeah.
He ready to
and see, Nyx and Aries, they right in the same, and I think it's a man thing too. Like, I've learned over time, like even with Nick, like if he's upset, I'm gonna ask one time, "Are you okay?" If he say I'm cool, even if his demeanor
don't seem cool,
and I've literally now I'll be like, well, your energy just seems a little off. And he'll either be like, "I'm cool," or he'll be like, "You know what? Well, X, Y, Z, whatever." But he's not like. He's gotten so much better.
Got it.
Where he's not, you know, he ain't trying to. Yeah, so I think that's their way.
And that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to press things. I'm not trying to press nothing. I'm not trying to talk too much.
But it's hard because as women, we want to talk about it.
Right. But I'm
we
trying
want to talk about it and get it the fuck out the way so we ain't got to deal with it tomorrow.
Right. And I'm only trying to answer the questions he asks.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put no extras on nothing. I'm not trying to get the over talking. Yeah. None of that. I shut the fuck up, listen to what he said.
For real.
Because I know at this point it's real sensitive and anything can trigger.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't even want him to be my cousin husband because he'll think about it. And like I said,
well, we're not gonna do that. But see, that's you overthinking. But that's you overthinking. So let's not even think about it.
So he wasn't there.
It hasn't happened yet. So let's not even think about it. That's where I'm at with
too
it.
Much.
Yeah, let's not look. Like you said, when he asks, you'll have an answer. Until then, we're just gonna leave it where it's at.
And when he asked me something that happened before,
we gonna
I told him straight up, hey, we both know I was not there when it went down, so I cannot honestly tell you from my eyes, from my eyes to my mouth to you to tell you exactly what I seen because I wasn't there. I can only tell you what was told to me by Junior. Because nobody else told me anything.
Yep.
He's like, okay, you right.
But that's why I said, just, you know.
Like, sheesh, dude. But like I said, it ain't over.
Yeah, but it's over right now. So we're going to let it go right now.
Right.
In this particular moment, that's why I've had to start, like, dealing with myself.
Right.
In this moment right now, is there anything happening? No? All right, let it go.
He running around like it ain't.
Exactly. So we're going to let it go right now. That's how I look at it. Because all you're going to do is overthink yourself into stress. And for what?
Into stress.
Yeah, and for what?
Into stress. Because I ain't going to lie, last night I was cuffing and shit. And something came over me and I just got real quiet. Yeah. And just was thinking about everything. And he was like, well, you okay? You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I had to like snap out of it because if he detects I'm feeling some... What's up? You know what I'm saying? So, and I really
I had to learn that too. It'll be stuff Nick be like, why you didn't say nothing? I'm like, because if I would have tripped, you would have tripped.
Right.
So I'm not tripping.
Right. Because your trip is different than my trip.
They feed off our energy.
Yes.
I didn't even realize, like, it's so much stuff, too, looking back now, that, like, my dad would, like, okay, I've learned. Like, when you look at the mother-father dynamic, we know that technically children deserve two-parent households.
Of course.
But I don't think until we become parents ourselves and grow up,
realize how it really goes.
Why, yes.
Yeah.
And the part that, like, the male and the female really do play. So, like, for instance, it's certain things where I realize now, like, my dad would would have told me certain things, or he would have made sure it was just certain shit that I knew.
Right.
And I didn't really completely understand, like, what it was for.
Right.
So, like, for instance, I realized I was never trying to be, of course, if you're raised by your dad, you're going to tend to be a little bit more masculine. So I had to learn, and this relationship really taught me that, too. Like, I had to really learn how to, like, rest in my femininity, right? Because a man can only be so masculine before he be like, bitch, I'm not finna be trying to fight over who's the nigga here. Right? Indeed, and I look back at a lot of situations, and I was dealing with a bunch of, like, beta males. Okay. And so, of course, I wasn't going to follow you because you wasn't leading me no fucking way. That part. Right? You did whatever I said we was going to do. So when I look at shit now, like, I remember, okay, so it was this video on, like, TikTok, or I don't remember if it was TikTok or Instagram, but it was like, when did you know that your partner was the one? Right. And everybody was, like, putting in a little whatever. And so I sent it to Nick, and then he was like, he asked me, like, well, what, how did you know? And I told him, I said, I knew when me and him, like, first started talking. I was living in Victorville, and he had asked me if I made it home yet. And I was like, nope, I just left the barbershop, because I met him at the barbershop that I used to work at. I was like, I just left the barbershop. I said, actually, I'm at AutoZone right now. I need to replace my headlight. And it was something else I had to do to the car. And he works in the automotive industry. Okay. So he was like, why didn't you ask me to do, like, why didn't you ask me for help? I would have done it. And I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's easy. Like, I got the tools in my car. Yeah. And so I feel like sometimes, I say all that to say, like, sometimes we as women, we get shunned. And men be like, oh, y'all too masculine and y'all want to be the niggas. But it's like, for me, for instance, my dad taught me that shit so I wouldn't be stuck on the side of the road. That part. My dad didn't teach me my way around a car so that I could be a nigga. Right. My dad was like, my daughter's not going to be stranded nowhere. That part. So, but it took for my mom to be like, oh, no, your dad taught me this stuff too, so I would never be, like, outside. Right. By myself or whatever. Right. If my ass was stuck in the middle of the damn desert, hello, exactly. And that's the thing is, Nick makes sure I have AAA. Yeah, make sure. But I've not had to touch my car outside of putting gas in it. Or putting air in the tire since me and this man have been dating. That part. But for me, I didn't realize, my dad never explained to me, okay, these things you're supposed to know, but when there's men around, you shouldn't have to do none of this. Right. I was just like, shit, I'm not gonna ask these niggas at AutoZone. I probably know more than they do. And then when me and Nick just started talking, like, I never been that female that would, like, be begging or asking nobody, like, nothing, right. No, not no man, like, because I feel like my dad taught me how to spot a provider. Right. So I didn't have to be outside with my hand out to find him. And so when Nick got on me, I was just like, nigga. And then, and let me say too, like, so I remember, when we decided to move in together, right? I had to move my stuff down from Victorville. He had to work that day. Okay. I didn't know that he had already, like, talked to his dad and his uncle, and they were going to help me move the shit from the U-Haul into the storage. Oh, okay. He didn't tell me that part. I didn't know. All he said was, like, when you make it to LA, like, call me or call my dad. I'm like, all right. So I'm not thinking shit of it. Right. Girl, I pay somebody to, like, load the U-Haul, drive the U-Haul down to Inglewood, put the U-Haul in the storage. I put all the shit in the storage or whatever. I called him and I'm like, I just want to let you know, like, I made it. I'm safe. I put everything in the U-Haul. He's like, you did what? Oh. He's like, you didn't get my dad? And I'm like, nah, I'm supposed to go, like, I'm supposed to take your dad out with me? He was like, yeah, fool, that's why I told you, like, call me or call my dad. You think I just sent you my dad's number just because? Right. I was like, I don't know. I said, I got down here, like, I said, I had a dolly. He was like, you moved the whole shit by yourself. And I'm like, yeah. He said, the refrigerator too. I'm like, yeah, fool, there was a dolly in there. Right. Like, and he got on my head. With that. And then his dad called. Uh-oh. And his dad, just for context, my mother-in-law is black. My father-in-law is Mexican. Okay. You know how the Mexicans are. Yeah. That man called and said, hey, mama, what are you doing? Right. Like, what the hell? And I was like, nothing. Leaving public storage. He said, you were supposed to come and get me. I said, I didn't, for what? I didn't know that. He was just like, I was going to help you put the stuff. I said, oh, I already did it. And he was like, yeah, you weren't supposed to do that by yourself. Right. I'm like, but I already did it. Like, it's cool. Right. And he was on my shit. Believe me, after that, between that day and the car shit, I was like, all right. Right, I got you. But I realized, like, a lot of the time, you know, I didn't come from, like, I didn't come from that black woman family. We didn't need no man. Right, we didn't right. I didn't come from that. And I feel like we get a bad rap, like, as black women. Like, oh, they're so unsubmissive and they're so difficult to deal with. And it's just like, no. First of all, who's submitting to a random nigga? Exactly. Because these niggas on the internet are wild. Exactly. Like, my best... Huh? Yeah, yep. My best friend, she's going through that. Because, you know, she's always been independent, always been the one to take care of guys, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So she's like, sis, how she's trying to unlearn right now. And she's like, sis, how do you be submissive to your husband the way you are? I said, look, let me tell you something. It is not taught. It is not none of that. It's in you, bro. It comes natural. Yes. The person has to bring it out of you naturally. Yes. If he knows and he sees and he's doing what he's supposed to do, you're naturally going to want turn into that. Yes. It's like, it's just something, it's a man and woman thing. It's like, you can't even fight it if you try. It's literally, you're in your DNA. Right. That's so why that's what cracks me up with them. Like, yeah. So I'm like, because I always tell her when she get a new guy, why don't you try this time letting a man be a man? And she's like, I don't understand when you say that. I'm like, for instance, a man comes to you with child support. Why the fuck are you helping him clean up his child support? That was before you. Let him save himself. Yep. He don't have his license. You help him get his license. Why are you helping that man get his license? Yeah. That man's supposed to go and get his own license, handle his own business. Yes.
I have to do I have to pick all of the toys up.
Yeah. Y'all all supposed to be in there cleaning up.
I don't want to pick all of the toys.
Well, then you shouldn't have wanted to take them all out, big dog.
It makes my back hurt.
It makes my back hurt when I gotta clean up after you too. So now you know how it feels. Welcome to the club, home skillet. You got a good back. Your back has only been like, you got a 4-year-old back. You done only had that back for 4 years, player. You good.
Mommy, I just don't want to.
I know, but I just don't want to pay bills and I have to because you people live here. You see how that works? Okay, so go pick up the toys. Okay, so look here. Let me explain to you what's going to happen. Since you don't want to pick up the toys, I don't want to pay the bills. So we're going to be in the dark in a couple days. That means you can't charge your Switch. That means you cannot play with the phone. That means you cannot watch TV. That means no Netflix, no YouTube, no none of that. I can't even cook dinner because we ain't got no lights. That's what happens if I don't do what I'm supposed to do because I don't want to. Believe me, I don't want to pay bills, baby. If I didn't have to pay bills, I would have so much money. So, your way of paying bills is to go in there and go clean that room. I don't like paying bills. But I got to. So you got to. See you later. Love you. But yeah, like it was hard for me too, like especially because coming from like my dad, I really felt like, oh, because I was raised by my dad, I had to one up, like, I could read men. Like, right. No, I could not, baby. I thought I knew some shit I ain't legit. Right. Okay? And then I realized too, some of my, like how I was being parented was my dad's hurt from whatever, you know, ain't wish women he was going through. Okay. You know, so yeah. I think they don't talk about that enough either. It's like, when I was working at the barber shop, that's when I actually realized, like, oh, it's a whole lot of ain't-ish females too. Because I feel like we all live in our little bubble, right? Yes. And we don't realize that there's really shitty people outside of this bubble because we don't act that way. Right. That's why when people do us foul, we be like, oh shit, I didn't think somebody would do me like that. What do you want, child? What? I want you to get away from me. I'm working. I'll take care of you when I'm done, okay? This is the last one. See you later. Go clean that room. Go help your brother and sister. Okay, well, then I don't want to give you no fruit. You can't get nothing to that room this thing. I don't like paying bills, but here we are. So, go do it. Okay, I'm about to call Daddy. I like being able to do that. Let me tell you what. I'm grateful to be able to do that. Okay? Like... Okay. I am so grateful to be able to say, I'm finna call your daddy. And that shit hold with. Okay. And the other one, you know, yeah, whatever. Calling him mama. He ain't showing up. But yeah, like I realize now, like there was things that I had seen my dad go through.
Right.
And I feel like for me, that's where my like savior complex came in. Mm-hmm. Like I seen my dad take care of women that were not worthy of being taken care of because he was taught, oh, you know, men are the providers.
Right.
So that's what cracks me with this whole red pill movement. You can tell how many of these men don't have fucking fathers or no uncles or no good granddaddies or none of that because they, oh, you women.
Yep.
No, nigga.
Yeah, my brother.
Mr. Sanders didn't handle that, and you could tell.
Right.
Like, but I would teach my sons, like my boys, absolutely you should provide. But just like you are, so you have to, you know, women were taught were the prize. Okay, some of these bitches are not prizes. Some of them bitches are like the prize in the candy jet in the Cracker Jack box. They not, you know. So I would teach my sons like how to view like someone worth providing to. So like how you were saying, like with your husband. You know, I remember you telling me, like, girl, I don't have to work. I just work because I want to spend my money on the stuff I want to spend it on. Yeah. And I don't, this man, all he do is work. I don't want him working like a slave just to make sure my hair is done and shit like that. Whereas we know, these new age heifers be like, I don't give a damn if the nigga, I don't want no nigga that working 9 to 5. I need a hustler. Then when the nigga in jail, you be like, oh, I'm done. I can't do it.
Right.
Like.
And then I don't like the type of women that, like, let's say they have a dude that work a lot, and then they want to go cheat.
He work a lot.
How are you complaining if you know for 100% this man?
They don't see the vision though. I feel like the women that act like that.
Money. How can you be upset or feel any kind of way?
I feel like the women.
Shit. Hell.
I feel like the ones that act like that are trying to. They want something like, you know, a lot of them want aesthetic too.
Yeah.
They don't want like the good like the ones. Oh well, he could pay for him. He could pay for a maid. What do I need to clean up for? What do I need this man's house for?
Yeah. Because my cousin, the one that we was over at, she said I'm too domesticated.
You're too domesticated.
Mm-hmm. She was like, cleaning, washing everybody's clothes like that, and she's like, you actually put them up too in the same day. Yeah, nigga, gotta have my house.
Right, what?
Why would I not put them up in the same day?
But you know what cracks me up is I remember being offended. Like when my grandma called me one day and she was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I just got done washing clothes, this, and this. I was doing this. And she's like, you're so domestic. I'm so proud. And girl, I was offended.
Oh, really? Oh,
girl,
wow.
But this was a long, this was before I got healed.
Right, okay.
But I was like, hold on, Johnny, wait a minute.
Right.
Then I said, no, ma'am. I said, grandma, if I could pay somebody, I can pay somebody.
Right.
What is wrong? See, y'all
I'm like, hey.
You encouraged them. This is
grabbed him.
This is the problem.
I seen him. I was like, oh.
This is the problem. If y'all was wondering, because we on live, if y'all was wondering why I only do regulars on Sundays, this is why. This is why. Because my clients they become the TTs. Yes, I do ponytails, girl. My clients become the TTs and they enable all of my children's shenanigans. So if y'all was wondering why y'all can't come on Sundays,
That's what's up. Okay.
look at this shit here. In case y'all was wondering. This is not regular. This is only when my regulars is here, okay? We do not do this on a regular day.
Click them 4 times. You disappear.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Watch your feet, Junior.
That was funny.
They ain't making any sense. Y'all be right here encouraging this shit.
That was so funny.
Her ass is making sense. I'm telling you. I was telling Nick because her birthday and my little sister. Get up, chicken man. Her and my little sister's birthdays are literally 10 days apart.
Okay.
What? No. Your shit ain't supposed to come out, but it happened. But literally everything that like I love about my little sister, my daughter has the
same thing. Right.
Yes.
Right.
And my mom, I kept telling my mom, I'm like, she reminds me of Shayna's.
Right.
My mom was like, I haven't seen it yet. I'm like, you ain't paid attention,
honey. Look.
As soon as I said it, I was like, that nigga acts just like my little sister.
Right.
Chill out, y'all. Ayana sleep. Y'all wake up that sleeping monster. We got a problem. Y'all supposed to be cleaning that room, getting clothes together for tomorrow.
That's Junior playing.
I didn't ask. But yeah, so Before I understood that was more so of a compliment that my grandmother was giving me.
Right.
I was just like, domestic, girl, because if I had some money, I would pay somebody.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it was more so of her way of saying, like, girl, I'm perfect.
You doing your shit. Yeah, you being a woman.
Yeah, and I think that, like,
yeah.
I feel like once we heal and we understand why we were choosing some of the people we were choosing, a lot of the things that we see would not trigger us so much.
Right.
Like, I was telling one of my clients, I came to the understanding about myself that a lot of the reason why I was running into the trash that I was running into is because I was leading with my money.
Right.
So I might not have been walking around here talking about, I make this that much, I make that much, but my literal response to everything was, I make too much money to deal with this.
Right.
I don't know why this nigga telling me X, Y, Z, but I ain't no buck nigga telling me woo.
Right.
Yeah, but when you walk around with that, you and I both know what you speak up is what comes into your life. So when you speak that up, what will you think that you're inviting in?
Right.
A brokey. Like, you look like a milk ticket. It's just like them heifers where we see them dudes on the internet and all they're doing is flashing their money. Well, look at the kind of females that they get.
Right.
Then they get to complaining talking about
gold diggers.
They only want me for my money.
Yeah.
It's some gold diggers. Well, you putting all the gold out there
for to go get. She's already
exactly. And you know what they're there for. Whatever you're doing, stop.
Because before when my husband got together, my ex-boyfriend is the one that got me to the point where I was like, okay, the next person I get with, I'm gonna let a man be a man.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting up here
get out
doing all this extra. And I said I'm gonna do something different. And I did something different. Yeah. And here we go years later, married. You know what I'm saying?
I had to learn how to sit my ass down.
My best friend that is she can't
She's
understand.
you know what? She's gonna have to run into somebody that makes her want to do that. It's almost
she
like
got that now, sort of, kinda, but the guy has his own personal issues that he needs to
it ain't gonna work.
Right.
It gotta be somebody like even with me and him. Like, of course, nobody is perfect, and we young, but like. There were things about him where I was like, oh, I can't play with this one.
Yeah, right.
I can't talk to this one any kind of way.
Right.
You know, like, and then even just like from a respect place, like he was so cool. Like he was so cool of a person where I never felt like I had to disrespect him. Like I realize now when I was in certain situations, I was looking at some of them, and I hate to say it like this, but it wasn't like they were beneath me. Like, oh, I'm better than you. It was just like, oh, your character is trash. But then, that nurturing part of us, when it's not used for good, comes in and be like, oh, I can fix it. No, it's like you can't. You're not Bob the Builder, bro.
Right.
And so, like, I always say, like, one thing that I would teach my kids is for both of them. Like, if my daughters say, because of course I'm going to teach my daughters to, hey, look, this is the kind of man your daddy was. Look for that, right?
Right.
But you can't come in and be boo-boo and be straight up fucking trash and doodle and think just because you bat your eyelashes and you're pretty that this man is supposed to. No, like, because I'm going to be getting at them like, well, what's, one thing I love is that I have family that my family is gonna hold me accountable.
That's right.
And his family holds him accountable too.
Right.
If he's slacking somewhere, my mother-in-law, I love her to death. Right. My mother-in-law be the main one to be like, well, son, you did kind of have her fucked up right there. Right. Same thing with my mama. I remember in the beginning, and this is why, like, some of these kids are doomed because the mamas is too busy trying to be outside competing. They're not doing what they, like. But my mama, I remember calling my mom in the beginning and being like, yeah, and he said this, and I said this. And my mom was like, that's not how you talk to that man. Right. Hold on. Right. That's the lady that was outside fading her cousin on Western. Wait a minute. Right. No, girl, and I remember one time I sat down with her, and I asked her, like, my mom's been married 3 times. Okay. I asked her, I said, what did you learn? Number 1, why have you been married so much? And 2, what have you learned? And I remember her telling me that, like, of course, she said, with your dad, we were just way too fucking young. We were doing what tradition told us to do. Right. And we both knew that, like, we weren't ready for it. But we did it because we got pregnant with you, and, this is what our parents would have expected us to do. Right. We tried it, the shit didn't work. Right. How long were you married for? A year, not even, like 9 months. Okay. I was born in June, baby. They was divorced in September. But I don't like.
But they tried it at least.
They tried it and it didn't. Yeah, and they were young. And then you got to think they come from Southern parents. So what do Southern parents say? You have a kid, y'all let us marry them. I have to take your ass to the courthouse. Oops, sorry.
Like I said, at least they tried.
Yeah, but knowing my parents, baby, look here. Knowing them too, I'm glad I'm not only child together.
Right, right.
But my mom also explained to me, and this was the one that really stuck with me, was she was telling me my stepfather, my first stepdad, rest in peace. Calvin, when I love me some Calvin. You cannot tell me shit about Calvin when I was a kid. He's cool as shit. Right. And he was like older Jamaican dude. Okay. Cool as hell. He loved us. He didn't have any kids. We were his kids. Okay. And she told me, she said that the issue with her when she was married to Calvin was she wanted to be married, but she wanted to be outside. Oh, okay. And not outside, like, you know, like I'm in the homegirls going to this and this. So she was out the fuck time. Okay. Outside. Okay. And he was always trying to tell her, like, you know, you're running with all these single people and you're not single. You know, and then he got to a point where he was just like, look, like, I can't keep telling you how to be a woman. Yeah, you hard headed. Yeah, like you gonna see it one day. And she told me all the time, she said there's so much stuff that he used to tell her that now at 52 she'd be like, okay, Mr. Bailey. Okay, that's also the only man's name she's ever kept like long term. Okay. But she told me, she said that she thought that she was ready. My mom's very domestic. She can cook her ass off. Okay. She keep a clean house, but she was young still. She wanted to be outside. Like, and so she always talks about the fact that like with him it was just she knew he was right. And I asked her, like, well, do you regret, like, you know, getting married? She was like, no. Right. She said he was amazing. It was just that I wasn't mature enough. Right. Right. Yeah. And so I thought about that. Yeah. And it's just like, you see all these people. I've looked back now and I realized I see that kid in, like, high school that used to want, like, the boyfriend because everybody had one. I used to feel like I was the ugly kid because everybody had a boyfriend and I didn't. Right. And I'm so grateful that I did not have that. Oh, he was high school sweetheart story because baby, they go through way more emotional. Yeah, on both sides because they're literally you're changing every day. Like every day. And you're gonna unintentionally hurt somebody just because you're going through the motions. You're learning. But yeah, I've been telling like a lot of my younger clients. I realize now too with a lot of shit I've been going through. Just to be able to be that testimony for my younger clients. Yeah. But like, you know, I always tell people too, I love that I have y'all to talk to. Because my big sisters, because I went through girl, let me tell you, I went through this and this is what I did and this was the outcome. Yeah. You're gonna get over it. You're gonna get through it. Yeah. We all do. As my mom used to say, keep living. Girl, keep living. Now I be like, shit, I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. Teach me. No. Learn me something. No. And I remember one time, like, I was going through something with an ex, and I had this one lady, and same thing, she was married to the same man for like 17 years. They were high school sweethearts, and I remember asking her, like, you know, I don't like asking people, like, directly, like, oh, well, did he do this, or did you go through, but I remember her telling me, she said, always remember that you are the keeper of your own heart. Right. So she said, look at your heart like the doors with the latch on them. She said, if you know you're in a situation where you felt like you needed to guard it, okay, well when you decide to open it up a little bit, but keep the latch on. Right. That way, if you feel like okay, something's not right here or whatever, close that mug back. Yep. I had another friend. We're the same age, the same thing. She had been with the same dude forever, and he had her messed up. Okay, he had her messed up. I'm grateful I'm not the friend that will be outside like nigga, what's up with you? Right. Okay. But I asked her one time, like, and I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the times where I was trying to justify the toxic ass situation I was in. Okay. But I remember her telling me, she said that man got her to a point where she felt so low about herself that she said she would never allow anybody to make her feel like that. Right. And when she said that shit, I swear to God, it was like this power that she didn't even know, like, that she had ignited in me. Where I was just like, okay, I see it. That didn't mean let nobody play in your damn face. Right. Their situation worked out. But that was when I realized, okay, I feel like a lot of us, you took a piece from that. Yeah, because black culture, you know, we talk to stay. Oh, yeah. For what? Right. Like, is it even worth staying or you can stay and be occupied and have a companion? This companion doesn't even like you. Yeah. Like, and honestly, that's a hard question to answer truthfully because you don't know until you go through the time. You know what I'm saying? You really not.
you can't really answer that. No matter how bad you want to, you really can't.
Yeah. I'm learning
because
now.
You don't know until you got to go through it. Some people are worth it, some people not.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta know what it's worth to you though.
Right. That part.
One of the things that like when people ask me, somebody asked me like, oh, like how did y'all do 6 years? I said, you gotta want to be with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta want it. Both gotta want it.
I'm like, some people will show you they don't want your ass. And you over here chasing them and they trying to get you the hell away from them.
Yep.
And you just loving they dumb asses harder.
True.
And I have to learn that too. Mm-hmm. I always said, like I said, the one thing I said I could tell anybody when it comes to Nick was anything I ever had a gripe or grievance about, he would try his hardest. He might have fallen short. Mm-hmm. I might have been like, that wasn't enough. That ain't what I asked for. Mm-hmm. But goddamn it, he tried.
Right.
And there was plenty of times where I would hear that man on the phone. Girl, let me tell you, the first couple of years, I want to say like the first 2.5 years, we would get into it and he would go in the bathroom and be like, this shit hard as fuck, blood. This shit hard. Cause you know, like, that nigga be in the bathroom, he be like, this shit hard, blood. Like,
I ain't mad at him.
And I don't think he ever knew I heard him.
Right.
But he would be like, blood, this shit hard.
That's right, but he stayed.
And I didn't even realize because me growing up how I grew up.
Right.
And you know they always say about them girls with the bald-headed daddy. Yeah. So in my brain, it was just like, why can't you? My dad is. Right. You know, and I understand now that, like, for him, that change was hard. Yeah. You know, like, he's literally, him and his group of friends, and I always give them their props. Him and his group of friends, literally, my kids got the uncles that I had growing up. Yes. Okay. And I was telling him, like, when we went to North Carolina, he was just like, it's just crazy to think that, like, all of y'all are family, but ain't married. Like, only 50% of them was blood related. Right. So, like, my cousin that got married, her dad and my uncle are best friends. Okay. But her dad and my dad ended like they have their own friendship. My uncle Gary has like a personal relationship with each individual person in the friend group. Okay. So it was like, for instance, when we went out there, it was like my cousin, my grandma, my dad, my second cousin, my uncle. We were all related. Okay. But everybody else was not related to them. Got it. And so I was telling him, I said, I don't see how you don't even like how you've never seen that before when that's you and your homies. Right. And I feel like, you know, they don't, not them, but just men with friend groups like that, they don't always get enough credit. Like, Nick and his homies, like, looking at where they came from, what they seen, like, you know how many stories out the hood I saw your grandparents is that like, oh, we've been married this many years. Right. We've been together this many years. Right. My mom and dad are still together. I got the same mom, same dad as this sibling. Like, you don't see that everywhere. That's true. And it's just dope because I was telling him, like, y'all are like the change. Like, none of these kids know life without you. Right. Where there's some of them, you know, not all of them in that friend group, not their dad. Right. Or, you know, being LA kids, it's like, oh yeah, my dad was big such and such and such and such. That nigga was a real one. And that nigga's in the ground. Right. Talking about a real one. Yeah. Well, you know. And so I think for me, like, I had to sit my ass down and stop trying to fight this damn man and realize, okay, he's really trying to do the same team. Yeah, well, I used to always tell him that. But I would, like, for me, a lot of my fight would be from frustration. Got it. It would be like, you know, me wanting you to change when I wanted you to change instead of letting God do his work on you. But I also would teach my daughters, so niggas playing in your face is not ups and downs. Okay. Like, your daddy wasn't playing in my face. Right. Your daddy just done that shit. Your daddy got on my nerves. Me and your daddy was doing rough patch. But like, bitch coming to you as a woman, baby, is not ups and downs. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and that's one thing I have to be grateful for. You don't know I've never had that issue nor that problem. Never. Like, because he had already been through that stage of life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, I was there when he got married. Yeah. I was there when he was ratchet. I seen all the ratchetness. I seen all the griminess. So, like, literally, this nigga got married today and was cheating the next day, like, type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I seen the grind how I could get. And thank God, by the grace of God, I haven't had to go through that. I think they get tired, too. Some of them. Not all of them. Because it gets exhausting, and these women have changed from then to now. Oh, yeah. So, They not gonna sit at home and just let Papa pay the bills while they see him on the weekend. No.
And see, he did a 360 on his life. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the big guy on the block. So, you know, and he did a whole 360 for us. So, shoot, I'm grateful for that.
And see, that's the thing right there where I be like, let me give you your flowers because...
Yes.
You know, and I be telling him, I'm like, bro, you I met in the barber shop, I did not like him when I first met him. I thought he was an arrogant asshole. I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was an ass. I thought he was full of himself. I was like, oh, here go this mixed nigga with that curly hair. They all act like that. And then but I realized too, like me and his mom had talked about that. Like, he is who he is, right? That's still there. You still see it sometimes. But it was like no one ever really tried to, because he was who he was from where he was from, and he presented a certain way. No one ever really tried to get to know him.
Who he is.
Yeah, that nigga is smart as fuck. One of my favorite things, and I realize they do it now because I always do it. My response to everything is, "Oh, Daddy can fix it."
Right.
Yes, Big Daddy.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? You want another piece of pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. Ask one of your siblings to get it. Carlin's gonna get you a piece. And tell Carlin thank you. Oh Lord. Oh. Where's the hat and the damn? Oh.
Yeah, and the glasses. It's on.
It's so chilly in here. These niggas is tripping. But yeah, so you know, like something break. Girl, I don't even try no more.
Right. Nigga, we gonna fix it right.
I know I can, but I don't have to.
That's right.
You know, like. He's uber freaking intelligent. I always say like, if we live to see the apocalypse, that nigga gonna build me a house. I'm gonna be braiding for tomatoes and he gonna build a house.
That's right.
Okay, we be just fine.
Fine, right.
I don't worry about anything really. Like I be chilling.
Right.
And it's been a long time since I felt like I could chill. And then there's stuff where like we worked out and realized like, well, it's only like this because when I tried to do this, y'all ass kept coming in and doing this. So I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna let her have it." And I realized I'm over here making shit harder for myself, and he's trying to help. Right. And I had to check me on that.
Both of y'all had an epiphany.
I had to check me on that too. Like, girls, going down somewhere. So I always say, like, I was not a fan of Kevin Samuels, but that nigga, it was like the right message, wrong message.
Just like me and my husband said about him. Basically what you just said, and he was really trying to open up the eyes to those women who were lost.
Yeah,
he was trying to open up their eyes. The way he projected it, and like you said, it's from who it came from. But if you take away all of that and you listen to the message, the man went off about hardly nothing.
I think
he was right.
Well, I feel like my issue with how I don't like that black women are always the subject. Number one. Okay. Number two, I don't like that these people that can sit down with a microphone in front of their computer and go live. It's not just men, it's women too. Now you got these women that like that shame us for like some commentary and shit like that. Right. I don't like that people feel like they have to be so aggressive with us. Okay. To get their point across. Okay. Because think about it. You and I, or you and my other client, we all had these same conversations in the same chair in the same living room. Right. And there's no aggressiveness. Right. There's no beat it over your head. If me and you talk about something and you feel like I'm wrong, you be like, sis, I hear you, but you was wrong, and let me tell you why. Right. You ain't got to be like, bitch, I don't care. You know, you have to right. You don't. That's not how you talk to me. True. And it's the same thing. If me and you were talking about something, and you be like, sis, do you think I was wrong? I don't have to be like, girl, you was wrong. It's like, no, just sis, she was wrong. Well, you might have could have did that. Yada. Yeah, I understand, but and that's what I don't like. You know me. I always say I'm a girl's girl. Right. I'm pro us because I feel like nobody else is. Really. Right. And I feel like there's a way for us to deal with each other that doesn't always have to be rooted in fucking hate and negativity all the time. That's true. So I feel like I definitely always have felt like he was giving the right message, he was the wrong messenger, but at the same time, a lot of these men, I feel like the reason why they don't realize there's so much pushback is because your commentary is rooted in your hatred for us. So whatever your mama did to you, or whatever this, because you know they like to tell us that we chose the wrong man, and that's how we single mamas. Okay, well, you ever watch her? No, she be trying to hook people up. Who's that, Kendra or something? Oh, yeah, no, okay, I be watching her, but lately it's been a lot of buffoonery on her show. Yeah. And I can't. Yeah, no, you're right. But, you know, that's my thing. Is just we can talk to each other without being so damn evil to each other all the time. You know, like, and I feel like that with everything. I feel like that when it comes to the industry that I'm in. I feel like that when it comes to healing. That's why you notice, like, even when I go viral and people be trying to be funny, you notice I don't do all the rah-rah. I just either post some funny shit or if it's too much, I'm just block you.
Right. I mean, that's the best thing.
We don't have to. Yeah, I don't believe in it.
Arguing and shit, I can't.
And a lot of what has happened is you got people like him that have created this space now where men and women feel like they can just abuse black women for a check.
True.
And so, what are we really learning? No one is learning anything because all you're doing is beating up on them.
Right. You know, I still say I don't think he was trying to beat up on us. We just couldn't.
He didn't start that way.
It's like, oh, he didn't.
No.
See, I didn't watch him like that. Yeah. I honestly just started watching till he died.
Okay, see, so for somebody that actually used to watch his content, because like I would tell people, like, same thing, if you could disconnect from how he's saying it, he wasn't, like you said, he wasn't completely wrong. Right. Who was it? It was somebody, I can't remember who it was now, but there was a young lady that said, those of us that grew up with males around us, we wouldn't take him as personal because we grew up being talked to similar to that. Yeah. So for instance, like if I was wrong, my dad's not gonna be like, well, baby, you know, and they'd be like, girl, you fucked up. Yeah. But I think, like, because he started off as an image consultant. He started off like reviewing like male colognes, and he would teach men how to pair certain things. So I actually used to like watching him. Yes, I used to like watching him because literally, like, that was one of the ones he was really good with the colognes. Right. So he'd be the one that'd be like, oh, this cologne is blah, 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 blah. And my ass would be like, let me go. Yes. Right. That's how that started for me. Okay. Also, what he was doing is, it didn't start off, a lot of his content did not start off with the coming for women. He would come for men, but it didn't get popular like that. Okay. So my initial issue with him was, you didn't get traction until you start, like, attacking us. That's just like that one lady where he told her, like, oh, you know, you're average at best, like, you might as well buy a dog and die, all because she said she wanted a man that made 6 figures because she makes 6 figures. Right. I don't feel like that's unreasonable. Yeah, that's not. Because in most situations, that's what she brings to the table. Yes, and now in most situations, wasn't bringing that to the table. Then I can understand that coming from her. Right. So there was that. I think that it just got to a point where it really just became content more than it became him trying to help. It's another dude right now on the internet, and you can tell he's like this. He want to be this nigga stunt double so bad, but it's a nigga on the internet now named Anton Daniels, and I started following Anton because Anton was giving out like financial tips and shit like that, and so that's how I started following him. All of a sudden, now this nigga turned into a red pill nigga, and black women are enemies, but you got a black wife and a black daughter, so you sound stupid. Like you sound dumb. Yeah. So for me, I just instead of trying to. I be trying to like tell people that I talk to about this, like, don't take that shit personal. You gotta learn to read. That's something my dad always tell me. Learn to read between the lines. Right. A lot of the time when they're saying this shit, it's coming from a place of hurt. Yeah. Any black man that feels like you gotta pick sense out of nonsense. Yeah, any black man that feels like what looks like them as the enemy has either been really severely hurt. It's just like the women that be like, oh, niggas ain't shit. Girl, just say you was hurt. Right. That nigga that you was with. Yeah, just say you was hurt. Just say you got. And then after that, admit that you let somebody play in your face for too damn long. Because that's really all it was. Right. I let this man play in my face. Okay, girl. We understand. Right. You know, like, and leave it at that. What's it called? So there, that and but the Anton Daniels nigga, this nigga, he just wild now. Like, then they come in because they be so, we're trying to save black women and we're trying to get you to understand. But then y'all sit up here and put Becky on the table, on a pedestal. You can't save us with her. Okay. She don't like you either. Emmett Till taught y'all nothing? That hoe just died. And I know. Mm-hmm. Did you see? Baby, look here. Black Twitter has been having a ball with her. Okay? Mm-hmm. Somebody said, Emmett, when she get there, you better not let her damn neck go. Man. And I was like, look here. Get it back in blood. Okay? For real. Get it back in blood. For real. That's crazy to so many years. I see that much. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just like, people don't understand. I just want to change the subject just for half a second, right? So, are we going to try this Monday or what? The mullet?
Yeah.
I'll try it if you want to.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I want you to do it on myself, but look, you know, like.
But I'll be the guinea pig, and I'll pay whatever I need to pay. But man, come on.
We can do it.
Look, when I say come on.
You know me though, like if it don't come out right, I ain't charging you shit.
Okay, that's fine, right? But I just wanna, I really think I could rock that.
You definitely could. We should do like some purple or something.
I'm trying to tell you.
The purple was fun.
See, let's go.
I'm down.
Let's go. Let's vote for my birthday, July 14th.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm gonna set my appointment hopefully in a couple of weeks for my July, for my birthday. And yeah, we need to,
Let's get under it quickly.
Okay.
That way if we don't like it, we can take it off.
Okay. Cause I really want to try that.
I'm down.
I really
you know me. I won't put nothing out there if I ain't confident I can execute.
Like
that's the only why I ain't saying
anything.
anything.
Real quick, let's just try to figure out how to do this thing. Look,
I'm down.
Cause I seen one. Now I seen one earlier. I need to find it. See, I need to start sending that shit to you when I see it.
Yes.
Because they had a lace front.
I've seen that. I've seen one. They cut like the sides into it. It was cute.
Oh my God. See, that's what I'm trying to get. See, and I don't know why I'm right here. It's not coming up. None of the
because you're looking for it.
My poor Jerry. I almost
Girl,
cried.
look here. Jerry was the original content creator.
Baby.
He was a content creator before we even had the interweb, okay? They don't even know.
Okay.
That man's career lasted generations, honey.
Yeah. My husband said, "Are you really feeling sad?"
Yes.
Are you really feeling sad?
I am, because the good homie Jerry.
I said, "Nigga, that was Uncle Jerry. That nigga was in my house at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm supposed to be asleep.
Okay.
And I'm making sure I'm got one eye open trying to watch it so we can talk about that school."
My husband doesn't know I was born a male.
Okay, that was the first time I ever seen shit like that.
Them was the good days, dog.
Yes. And we be at school talking about that shit. Who snuck and stayed up and all that.
Yes.
Boy, do you
They're
know
not even
all
knowing.
that?
No, he
How
don't know.
about this?
He don't know.
I moved on my own. First moved on my own. You know how we had the cable and get the hookup and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, why
pay $30 and get cable for like a year?
Right. Girl, why I
months.
used to make sure I had the pay-per-view and was watching Jerry live. Everybody was like, "You are the only person I know that literally paid pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And you got this shit up here and we really watching this yes.
Show is.
Yes, you see everything.
I mean, Jerry uncut. Yeah, all the stuff they bleep.
Everything. My husband was saying that he was like, I used to be like, no, this girl did it. That time we were friends.
Yep, and
he's like, I used to say, he's like, one day I was sitting there watching that shit and I was like, this is some real shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers really, dude. I told you, I said I wasn't missing that in life. I'm not gonna miss that in my lifetime. No, my mom wasn't gonna never let me do it. I can do it in her house. Should I got my
you know what? See, that's where having like a semi-young mama came from, because I was up with my mama watching it.
Okay. My mom be like, take your ass to sleep. I'm like,
oh yeah, well, we was pretend sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We was pretend sleep, child. But I was up. And see, my mama's problem with me was her ass had me reading that for her. So wasn't no like, oh, you don't know what they talking about.
Right.
I can literally read. Yeah, I can literally read what they were saying and talking about.
That shit was bad. I was sad because I was like, they didn't say Jerry was sick. I wasn't prepared for that. This is just something we just woke up to and talk about. What do you mean? Like, I said, did they just say Jerry gone?
Girl,
like I had a whole motion.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I had a whole motion.
Because you know they're always killing off celebrities.
Right. Now, okay. This is some foolishness I heard yesterday, right? And I swear it's got to be a conspiracy theory because I ain't never heard nothing before that. Mm-hmm. And black people don't even have conspiracy theories like that, but we got one now. They saying that Jamie Foxx didn't really have no stroke like that the industry trying to kill him because he talked too much.
He might be. It's a lot of them like that. Ooh. I definitely believe in that though.
Okay, because I'm like,
I don't know exactly what happened to him or why they would want to do it to him.
Now this is what I'm hearing. He had a talk show back in some time, and he used to tell all the industry business, all the inside. That's what I said. My cousin said she remembered it. So I was like, really? So I said, I'm going to go on YouTube and see can I find it.
Oh, yeah, it's probably been scrubbed at this point.
I know, huh?
Because of all the conspiracy theories, they might have scrubbed it all.
Okay. I'm going to still check anyway, just in case. Because I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, I thought Brother Man just really had a stroke. They like, nah.
But think about it. They can make anything look like an accident or natural causes. Look at Whitney.
Yeah.
Because when I looked into like, yes, baby.
I think it's a stick.
Okay. When I looked into like Whitney conspiracy theories, it actually made sense. Like,
girl,
they were saying that, okay, mind you, so the night that she died, she was upstairs in the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Clive Davis was having his Grammy party, his annual Grammy party, right?
Yeah.
Downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
This lady died in that bathtub, and it was downstairs functioning.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought to look for her?
Well, you know Ray J was up there with her, too. He ran. They don't bring that up at all anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
But, yeah.
And then look at DMX.
Yeah. And
Tokyo Tony is a damn nut. But Tokyo Tony, she looked same thing. Right message, wrong messenger.
Mm-hmm.
She even said, the man just got out of prison. He said he wasn't doing drugs no more. But y'all saying he died of a drug overdose?
Right. How did that? Right. There you go. There you go.
Sounds like a skinny.
Now, what about, okay. Did you see the latest Whitney story?
No, I didn't watch it. I want to dance with somebody.
Watch it.
Okay.
It's okay. Out of all the stories that's been put together, that one's been put together well.
Okay.
Because it's talking more about Clive and what he has to do with it, with her. Girl, it even revealed the man was gay. I was shocked. I didn't even know that.
He did. He came out.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that.
Go come here. Go play with your sister.
That was revealed in that.
Yeah, no, he came out.
And my husband had to point it out.
He said that, yeah, so he said that, I don't remember if it was like a radio show, but he did come out and he said that he feels like all of his marriages have failed, right? All his marriages and relationships with women have failed.
Right.
And so he said he decided to go on to the other side and see what that was about. And he realized that was something that he's kind of cool with.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, he came out on his own.
Okay, so that was my first time seeing that.
Now, you know who's like conspiracy theories I believe in? Is the ones about Diddy.
You do?
I definitely believe it.
I kind of do,
especially the one with Biggie, where they were saying that, like, he's the reason why Biggie was unalived. And of course, it was easy to make it seem like Pac and them did it, or Suge has something to do with it. Right. But come to find out, it's been like proven out, and a lot of Diddy's security and shit has come out and said like he was Biggie wasn't getting paid the way that he should have been getting paid for what he was making. And then Biggie's mom came out and said that when Diddy signed Biggie, he only signed Biggie for like 15 racks. And look at the name that man got all these years later. Because I was a baby when he passed away. Yeah, okay. And so they were saying, like, think about it. He had all the man masters and all that shit. Yeah. He knew he had built this man up to literally be a legend. Right. So he knew, okay, well, if I ain't going to get no money from you alive, I'm going to get plenty while you dead. And he's still using that man name to this day. Yep. Then with his baby mama, because remember they were never like, married or none of that shit with Kim Porter. Right. What's it called? Quincy and them's mom. Right. She was getting ready to write a tell-all. Yeah. Yes. Because she just died out of nowhere. And we know people in that industry can make them look like they died from natural causes. Yeah. She died from natural causes. Okay. Think about it. If in that industry, they don't have too many people that they trust. That's so true. All it takes is for them to have one person that's half-ass close to them that can get close to them and do what needs to be done. Yeah. Because that lady was hella unproblematic. We never heard nothing about her. Exactly. Have you seen the new Feeny with Tupac? No, I've been seeing it pop up. Okay. No, I didn't watch it. Watch it. It's tasteful. Okay. Very tasteful because you're hearing more about her. Okay. Herself and how it all comes together with him and everything of how he learned the things he learned from her and her fight. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. It's another episode coming on Friday. I really enjoyed it. I said I'm definitely gonna keep up with this. This is one of my little shows I'm gonna keep up with. Ooh, okay. Because it's tasteful. It's not about all of this riff-raff. Typical hood black people story. You really learning something about Athena. You see her sister is talking. Other people, more of her friends are talking more than anything, and they do talk about him, of course, but it's not. I don't know. It's just focused. Right. Okay. You really like telling about both their journeys and his father and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm liking this right here. It's tasteful. Okay. I'll definitely look into it. Who did I?
In that Whitney story, and it also more so focused on the relationship she had with her girl. It focused a lot on that.
Okay.
Because it starts off with how they met and all that.
Whitney?
Uh-huh.
What's that lady name?
Oh, shit.
You want to call her ass Kitty so bad. That's not that lady name.
I can't think of it.
That is not her name.
Moment, but it focuses a lot on their relationship. I like this one, and I like Bobby's story of Whitney, because Bobby's story of Whitney told the real.
You know what I love with Bobby, though? Is Bobby, as crazy as they made bro seem, as wild as they made him seem, Bobby was a real one, and he not gonna get his flowers until he died.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But remember, like, he even said, like, he is not the one that got her on drugs. She got him on drugs.
Right. That's
her brother introduced her to dope.
To all of it.
And
to
she,
to everything. He introduced her to everything.
And then she got him on it.
Right.
But he never, ever put her out there. He took the fall.
Yep.
He look, they had a dope head love.
Oh yeah.
But he loved the hell out that woman.
But the way he described it in his movies, she was our typical auntie. She was that, and she was comfortable in that. Yeah. That's the cool part. That's what Whitney wanted to do. Whitney didn't want to be singing and doing all this entertaining and performing.
Well, I remember, I think that's why she was unalive, because she told Clive she was tired. She told Clive she didn't want to do music no more. Yep. And mind you, she was coming on TV. Yep. Zooted. Baby, zooted. Yes. High as a goddamn kite, honey. Yep.
My favorite one is Crack is Whack.
Yeah, I make too much money to ever smoke crack.
That was so much funny. Oh my God, I said, that's my girl.
And when she told Wendy going through what she was doing now.
When she told Wendy off, she told that bitch off.
That's why, I be having sympathy and compassion for everybody. Yeah. When people ask me about Wendy, I be like, Wendy is going through, Wendy is going through the shit that she's going through, because you literally your whole career was based on her. Yeah. You wasn't just the gossip side. Like, I remember when she got on TV, it was like, oh, Evelyn Lozada's baby was pretty much a keep a nigga baby. And she was cracking all them jokes on Black China. And it would really, really turn me off, because I felt like, okay, these is grown people, like, they can handle their own. Right. Would really turn me off from her, and this is right before her ass, all that mess started happening in her life, it was a young boy that passed away. He was a TikToker. And she was telling the story, she do like her hot topics, and she was like, oh, TikTok star, such and such, was shot and killed this morning. And then she stopped, and she did that ugly ass smirk that she would do. And then she was like, who? And everybody started laughing. Right. And she was like, clap your hands if you know who this is. And it, as a mother, pissed me the fuck off. Right. Because if you didn't know who he was, when this was brought up, so all you have to do is tell your team, like, I don't know who this baby is. I can't even report on this child. Because for your demographic, no one that watched your show would have known who this child was anyway. None of them old ass hens in the audience would have known who this boy was. Right. But you was foul as hell at how you went about it. Like, at the end of the day, this is someone's child. Yeah. Somebody got the call that they baby was not coming home. What is funny about that? Nothing. There was not a joke that needs to be cracked. That pissed me off. Right. But you want sympathy when your ass is falling and passing out and shit in front of everybody. That will make your enemies your footstool. He did. What? Lord, that man had that same lady for 10 years. Yeah, that man did her wrong. Had a baby on your insurance with your damn bread. And said that she helped her career. I said, huh? Yep. I said, the nerve. I said, I'd rather hear him say he did it, but to say that your broad arm, if you trip. Like, oh Lord, then you had her son stealing from her too? Yeah. Oh, y'all cold. Y'all got no time. But, I mean, that's what happens when you over here worried about somebody else's goddamn lawn and you ain't watering your own. Yeah. Your grass was only green because there's a whole lot of shit fertilizing it. Yeah. That's all that was. True. Like, you can tell even now, her ass, she in the second place. Right. I'm surprised they waiting on her to go all the way back shit so they can put her ass under conservative. What's it called too? Oh yeah. So that they can control all her money. She fight to keep it cracking, to keep it cracking. Because that fool all try to ask for some money. I'm so happy they told him no. Oh yeah, he can't get no more. Yeah, I'm so happy they told him no. Nigga, you foul. Let's see. You didn't even have to do it like that. That's the fun part. Yeah, but she didn't have to do it like the way she did the music. True.
You never smack.
No. Wait till I'm done. I'm almost done.
What snack do you want, Scavenger?
I'm just gonna look.
You just want to look. You don't even know. You just want to beg and stuff.
I'm just gonna look here.
I got hiccups. So many chewies.
I don't feel sorry for them.
Right.
Like I'm not a person that gets joy out of anybody's like misfortune.
Right.
But I mean, hey, there's been things that I've done to people where it came back and I was like, yep, I deserve that.
Right.
Like, all right, God, I see you. It was only a matter of time. I was wondering when you was gonna come get me.
Right.
For real.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, wait. Hold up, son. I need to get in. Oh, I missed it.
That was the Lord's way of saying.
Oh, everything. Shit, these niggas closed early. They weren't supposed to close till 7. Oh, they closed all of them too. Oh, y'all scandalous. And I know they're not going to do scary hours. Maybe. And I know they're not going to do scary hours tonight. Yeah, they don't do scary hours on Sundays. Damn, I thought I was going to get in trying to give me a couple $100 real quick. Damn.
I don't never went to like that. Remember when they was doing all that during quarantine?
Yeah. That's how
I spent about $25. I was like, you know what? I quit.
Your ass is crazy.
Girl,
right before I got here.
Gambler, bro.
Right. Right before I got here, I won $106.
Because you type like that.
Right before I got here, I was so fucking happy. Off of $6, girl.
Yeah, see, no, it don't work like that for me.
Off of $6.
I don't gamble enough though. I be like, nope.
And I've been on a down with my bingo.
I don't win off the first one. I'm done.
Okay. I give myself 3 tries and then I'm done, and then I'll go back later on and try it one more time. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. He got a big board up now where he put a rack, but I don't think I'm gonna fuck with it this time. I think I'm gonna just chill and watch everybody else see who get that. For real, I be like that. I be like, I'm gonna just chill and watch y'all. He tried to get me to play on this other board right after I won 106. Girl, I was driving, so I was like, I ain't gonna work myself with that. I got myself. Right, I got $106. I didn't have when I woke up, so I'm good.
Can you help me? Can you help me?
Here, bring it here.
Move over to me?
Yeah.
Come here, baby.
Bring it here, but give it around. What do you say?
You welcome. I don't know how the kids do that.
Everybody was like, how do your kids? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how the kids do that. When I was working for the school in Beverly Hills, that's all the kids had in lunch. I was like, why they like, it's Letitia, just try it. Just try it. Just know.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all nasty.
Best friends.
Okay.
So, my baby was not in and see me before he moved to Torrance.
Got it. Okay.
He moved to Torrance, and his best friend is Japanese, and he brought that shit in his lunch or snack or some shit one day. Go get his stick.
You guys gonna get you with it?
Yeah, he was like, Mommy. Because he had it in the snack one day. And I was like, I ain't buying that. Where you get that from? He was like, oh, Mommy, my friend. Such and such. And he was like, can you buy me some more? And I was like, I don't even know where to get this shit from, bro. Girl. But my mom going to stinky ass Doc Moy.
Oh, I love Doc Moy.
I do not.
That is my stove. You
know
I'm half African, girl.
In there. Look here.
I'm half African, so you know they got all my stuff. They got all my stuff over here.
I can't do the smell.
Right, I understand.
I've been like that since I was a kid.
Right. What is this one? I ain't trying to deal with you, dog. This my brother, girl. He just, girl, he got woman issues. And
not the one that's away.
Oh,
I'm about to say, I'm here. Bye. Love you. Have a great week. See you later.
Bye, sweetheart. Thank you for the entertainment with the jumping. Look.
Shit. You don't even
have a good week as well.
Make sure you text Daddy.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, Carly said, wait.
Wait.
Oh, look, your puzzle. Love you. See you next time.
Yeah, my brother got issues though. He's like an alcoholic. He really needs mental help. And I personally been trying to get him mental help since he was a kid. But his mom and dad just looked at me and laughed.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And now he's grown with
now
this
shit. Now they see it, they're like, damn.
No, they're dead, right?
Oh,
but he's grown with this shit. So you left
because
the
you was
whole
trying to
world
nip,
to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? When this could have been nipped in the bud when he was a kid. Like, what the hell? So, long story short, he got anger issues. What the fuck? Hello? Get my hair done. I'm gonna call you when I finish, okay? Okay, you ain't bothering me, but I'll call you back when I finish. Okay.
Yeah, that's how my brother does. Everything is everybody else's fault.
Yes, girl.
He be like, nigga, I didn't tell you push the bitch out, but all right.
Dude.
Yep.
Oh my God, the girlfriend called me a couple weeks ago, going on. He gotta go. He whoop. But what she failed to realize, and I know people probably think I'm an asshole, but I don't give a damn. Because he is not going to come mess up what I got going.
Hello.
Because I created
That's protecting
peace
your family.
in my house. Just like I told my husband last night. This house is prayed over, sanctified, and some more stuff.
Okay.
Anybody who got hang-ups and issues, we know. No, this is the thing. We got them. Yeah. But we know how to handle them. We know how to deal with them. Yes.
Yep, I feel the same.
No extra outside can come in here with none of that foolishness. Nope. This nigga's an alcoholic that don't want to say he's an alcoholic. So you're a liar. You ain't gonna listen to nothing.
Yeah, you still in denial about your own issues.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not. No. Yep. Not I said the cat. I'm not doing that. So it's like he going through some things, and I really want to help him, but I know that's some people you can't help. No, that's not gonna help him. That's not gonna help him. So she's ready to put him out and all kind of foolishness and. I'm just like, dude, I keep trying to tell you how to put yourself in a position where you don't have to go through that with females. That part.
It's not even just the females. He is the problem. Clearly. He a Virgo. This with females. Oh, that too.
He a Virgo. So you already know.
The worst person, the worst man I ever dated was a Virgo. Girl. Ruined my life.
Girl. I can't.
Junior's a Virgo. Junior's pretty cool, but I feel like you said, I think with them, with Virgo males, if you don't hold them accountable from the very beginning, for their shenanigans, and then the problem is they're so charismatic, so it's really easy for them to get what they want out of people.
Manipulators,
because they smile and they bet they're sociopaths. They're worse. They because they will become whatever you want them to become.
And selfish
until you figure out, until you get to know them, and then they be like, oh,
selfish as hell.
Yeah.
So how do I wrap the back?
I don't know. I'm about to curl it.
Okay.
So you can
use the winding which part?
You can if you want to do that. Use like the flexi rod.
Right, that's all.
So you ain't gotta keep. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You ain't gotta do anything all schmancy fancy.
I'm gonna tie this sucker down until next week. Look.
Yeah. I mean that's the good thing with the braids. You ain't gotta do nothing.
Yep.
But yeah, I know that's gonna last. That was my test. I think like last year and this year was. Learning how to tell people like that no, because they can literally guilt you into feeling bad for shit that they put themselves into. So you just gonna let me? You did it, my baby brother is like that.
Yeah, and he's not the baby.
Love bro to death. He's my heart. The big one is not too much better, but the baby is the worst. And he's not even the baby. He's just your baby. Yeah. He's the baby boy.
The baby boy.
Like crazy.
The baby boy.
Thank you.
The baby boy.
Get out. Get out, Junior.
The baby boy. The baby boy.
Get out.
The baby boy.
Boy, I can't wait till daddy get home.
The baby boy.
And we see when you're trying to distract us. I see you through that bag of shit. I see you. You not fooling nobody.
Baby boy.
Yeah, baby boy finna get a baby butt whipping.
Baby boy.
He would have been good if he just said that and then got on.
And got he's standing here.
Yep.
But yeah, them Virgo males are very charismatic. Look at that
else. My stepdad, he a Virgo, and baby, when I tell you he ran all kind of shit around my mama. He ran so much shit around my mama that I'm young as hell, and I'm sitting up here like, Mama, you believe that? Like, wait a minute. How I see through that?
As a survivor,
girl.
It wasn't until I got out of that situation I was like, I can't believe I let this man drag me through.
Yes.
And they will gaslight you into thinking that you're tripping.
Yeah, girl.
It was stuff where I would look and be like, did this man just say this to me?
Girl.
And this was somebody I had known for like 10, 11 years.
Right. Right.
And I just thought I knew all that man. No, I did not know that man tricks. We got together and he finessed me, honey.
Said you was hoodwinked.
Literally. By a damn fool.
Girl.
That's why I say, like, no, you cannot just, you gonna leave me to hell. No.
Girl, my stepfather was a security guard for housing authority. He used to tell my mom that he was undercover like he was a police officer.
No, he didn't. Okay.
Girl, and she went for it.
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't go for that. Did you hear what the man? He is a security guard for the housing authority.
But I mean, okay, yeah, let me shut up.
How you going undercover?
Because that's my PTSD talking. Because what reason would she have not to believe him?
You know what, Mark? For real. That's what my husband gonna say. But he really could, because you know it's the house.
I mean, yeah.
For real. That nigga what undercover.
That's why I said, look. You see, I acknowledge. You see, I acknowledge. Maybe it's my PTSD talking.
Girl, that man.
I got convinced to do some real stupid stuff, okay?
That man, boy, ran circles.
And when I look back, I realized, like, oh, this nigga was playing in my face the whole time. Child.
Man. The man sit up there, girl, retired in February, right? Kane was coming to the house to see the kids in his uniform every day after. And saying he had to go to work.
Because he did, girl.
Friend,
you didn't know?
Friend, the man had a stroke.
Girl,
everything came out.
Yeah, because he couldn't lie no more.
What the what?
Because his brain was jacked up at that point. He couldn't even lie no more.
Girl, I said, that is cold. His girlfriend stepped up. We finally seen he had one. Because he was so lying the whole time.
Because she had to help shit.
Right.
Look, I can't lie no more.
Stop us from coming to the hospital.
Just to
I
help.
must have gathered them kids together and took them to the hospital, girl. Like, you crazy lady. I understand my mama didn't marry a man, but you ain't gonna keep his kids away from him.
Yeah.
You done lost your mind. I understand she ain't got no say so, but his kids can see him. I must have popped right up in there. She was like, yeah, we're here. Sure is. Let's go. What you
ain't the wife either. You can't control nothing.
I think I was about. I was about 20s.
Oh, maybe early girl, I'm grown. Yeah.
Maybe early 30s. There was no way she could tell me.
Chime if you want to, Miss Mama.
Yeah, no way she could tell me anything. No way. But even though, like I told him, when I was able to tell him, because the stroke like totally made him not talk. He wasn't able to talk right anymore.
Oh, he was not verbal.
None of that. Yes, he became. He couldn't hardly. Only thing you could ever understand was him cursing.
Oh, that's gonna be me.
He can say a cuss word so daggone clear to it's crazy, my nigga.
I feel like that would be me. Like I ain't wishing nothing on myself.
Right. But so funny. Like you hear blah blah blah. I'm like,
you know what's funny?
God,
is I had a client the other day, like it was asking me about. She was like, "Oh yeah, like I guess one of her friends wanted her to try shrooms." And I have to tell this story like on YouTube. I have not, because people don't know that me.
Okay.
And you know, like for the most part, like I don't say what's on my mind depending on the situation because I don't hurt everybody's feelings. And so I realized that shrooms make me very vocal.
Okay.
So I always tell people like that shrooms give you what you need.
Yep.
So
I tried one time.
Okay.
Funny.
See, look. So somebody was like, "Well, I'm scared." I said, "Yeah, I was too." I said, "The funny thing was, it just made me say shit that I would normally think and not say."
Okay.
So for instance, like
you have to watch your mouth.
Yeah, well, it wasn't nothing too bad, but it was just like, for instance, like like when the kids call you, and in the back of your mind, you be like, "I wish this motherfucker would stop talking to me."
Right.
I would say it.
Right.
Where is your brother at?
He's here.
And where?
In the room.
Okay, so who you to? Tell him I said.
He said,
You're short circuiting.
He said, bring it to the
Carlin, open his chips, please. He's short circuiting. That boy is tired.
Right.
You can tell he's tripping.
Right.
And he's already ate, so he's cool. Yep. Finna wash your butt and lay you down. At this point, if you just crash up, it's cool. Stop slamming the door.
God said he has talking on his fingers.
Okay. That's a good reason.
Here you go.
You know what?
You supposed to say thank you, fool. What do you say?
I should tax you.
Thank you.
I should tax you.
That fool said, here you go.
Kids.
Somebody said, I love y'all. Love your combo.
Oh.
We need more like you. Shit, we be here chopping it up. You was really the good homegirl.
Right, for real, for real.
But yeah, bro, let me tell you. Okay, so I thought the very first time I tried them, nothing happened. I was just laughing at everything.
Yes.
So I was like, oh yeah, like, all right, because I got a high tolerance to like medication.
Okay.
So you got to really dope me up for medication to work. Even when I'm like, when I have to go to the dentist, the dentist, like, when I had a new dentist last time, and it was a black dude, and they were telling him, like, oh, no, you really have to, like, numb her. And he was like, oh, okay. And the lady was like, no, like, doctor, you really have to numb her. He was like, okay. So he numbs me, and then he's like, do you feel this? And I'm like, yes. He said, no, are you, like, really, can you feel this? And I'm like, yes I can really feel it, dog. Like,
like, you don't give me some more.
Yeah, because, you start drilling me now, and you want to get me up out of here.
Right.
So the first time I ever took it, I did end up doing like the whole like chocolate bar, but I did it in segments. Okay. And so I think that's probably why it didn't hit the way that I was expecting it to hit, because I was still kind of microdosing it. But I didn't really feel nothing, like everything was just funny to me. So the second time, I think I ate a half, and then I was like, my friend was like, okay, if you eat a half, like, wait 30 minutes, and if nothing, then do the other half, because maybe it just don't kick in like that for you. I'm like, all right, nigga, let me tell you. I was in here, like, when they say tripping, I was tripping. You know, okay, so there's an episode, I tell everybody, because it's the best way to explain. There's an episode on SpongeBob where this nigga SpongeBob gets on the bus, and he go the wrong way. Okay. And he get off in, like, this dark-ass, like, I guess it would be, like, what do they call the deep part of the ocean? I don't know, where the anglerfish and shit. Okay. So he gets to that part, he get off the bus, he get off right there, he in the wrong spot. He in the wrong area. And it's a nigga, it's a fish standing there with his tongue sticking out, and the nigga got a red balloon. And SpongeBob is like getting off the thing, and he's like, okay, nigga, I'm not in, where am I at? Right. Bro, that's what, when I closed my eyes, that's what it felt like. The shit was hella cosmic. So my trip was cosmic. But then every time I would like lay down and start to like enjoy the trip, one of these kids would call me or their daddy. And so literally, like I said, normal me would have never said anything. I would just get up, or you can hear my voice, I'm annoyed. I'd be like, ugh, wait. Well, I kept saying like, oh my God, see, every fucking time I lay down, all of a sudden you niggas need something like your daddy in here. Right. Then he called me and be like, so you need me too? Like, I was tripping. Right. And so the kids like were trying to play kitchen with me. And I was talking shit. I was like, wow, you guys is like, this restaurant is so ghetto. Like, I do not recommend. I was like, y'all didn't even offer me no water. Like, what kind of restaurant is this? I'm talking to a 2 and 3 year old. Right. I'm like, what kind of restaurant is this? Y'all didn't even offer me no water. Like, wow, this is ghetto. Right. Like, 0 stars. I do not recommend. I swear to God, they was laughing at me. They thought I was funny. Right. So at some point we get into bed, and I'm trying to lay down there, and you know, like it's a mind stimulant, so you don't just. It's not like weed where you can just shut your mind off, or like alcohol, you just go to sleep. No. I felt like every time I tried to rest, my brain would kick back up. So Ayana is tripping. She's like, she won't chill out, and I'm trying to get her to chill out, and she doesn't want to chill out. And so I try to put on cocomelon, and this is where everything went fucking haywire. And I have not like done a shroom since. Okay. Because I am just so afraid of that shit happening again. It wasn't bad, but it was just like, what the fuck? The whole freak out, right? Nigga. So I put on cocomelon, and you know when you close your eyes, it's not like it gets pitch black because your brain is tripping the fuck out. So you're seeing things you wouldn't normally see with your eyes closed. Dog, let me tell you. I closed my eyes. It was little JJ heads everywhere. Yeah. Literally, like, this whole room was filled with, like, step and repeat JJ heads. And I was like, oh, hell no. But then when I would open my eyes, because I guess it's like when I got to the height of the trip, they tell you, like, when you do too much, like, static objects start breathing and moving and shit. Bro, I looked over to the left, and there's a vanity on the side of my bed, and the vanity was breathing. And Nick didn't know right away what was going on. And I was trying to keep this shit kosher. Trying to be cool. He was like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. And I literally rolled over and I looked at the damn vanity and I said, are you breathing? And when I said that, that nigga said, oh, you know what, that's what you're doing. Right. Okay. Right. Then, at some point, I'm telling you, I was like tired. I didn't want to trip no more. I want to go to bed. I don't want to trip anymore. I'm laying in the bed, bro. I'm laying in the bed. Eyes closed. Niggas laying next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, let me go. I want to go to bed.
Right. Right.
He said, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I said, the plant, she won't let me go. I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to do this no more. Mm-hmm. I was literally like, you know how when you drunk, you be calling Earl?
Yeah.
And you be praying to God. Yeah. Girl, I was in that bed praying.
Calling somebody
like Jesus, God, the ancestors, whoever is up there, whoever is hearing the sound of my thoughts. Right. Please let me go. I just want to go sleep.
Right.
I just want to go sleep. I don't want to do this no more. Look here, Mushroom Mama. I ain't trying to fight you, homegirl. I just want to go to bed.
That is so funny.
I'm cool.
Funny. That is so funny. I remember the first time I did it, and all I can say is everything was cool 1 minute. Next thing you know, the whole room went like this. Yep. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Wait, what just happened? Like, what the fuck? And then I just kept laughing at everything. I mean, laughing at everything.
I like when people record themselves tripping.
Girl.
Like, I love
like that dude. It's a dude on YouTube or TikTok, one of them, and he told his mama to record him 30 minutes later or an hour later or something like that. And that man said, they trying to fuck me, they trying to fuck me. And she was like, no, they not. No, not.
No, I did not see that.
If I come across it again,
please send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you. That shit was so freaking funny. I was like, oh, this nigga crazy.
No, that's one of my guilty pleasures. Is watching black women. Watching black women trip on YouTube.
Okay.
Because it can either be really funny,
right,
or it's a healing thing, or it's like, okay, sis, I feel you.
Right.
It's this one girl I watched, and her friend's girl was in the backyard tripping. You would have thought that you was watching like some kind of like, I don't know, some Greek mythology. That girl that was outside. I'm talking about oiled down, out, just free. Right. And I was like, yes, Lord, because we don't never feel free in real life.
Right.
I was so here for all of it. Right. I was like, yes. Y'all better trip shit.
That's just funny. That's just.
It was one girl.
She tried it one time, but yeah.
It was one girl from New York. Girl, she was in the park tripping. She was like, I'm crying in the middle of these people's park. She was like, I just feel so good. Like, I just feel like I'm loved. And I don't feel like this. And Ray, I was like, yes, sis, you better feel it. Hell.
On everything.
You better feel the love.
Like the hallucinate part, but that's all.
Well, yeah, but that's because you did too much.
All the words hand in hand, but ooh, baby.
Yeah, that's why they say it's hard for that to become addictive because of the experience that you have.
Right. You be like, I ain't doing that again.
No, because it makes you not want to do this shit again. You be like, you know what? I'm cool. Like,
for real.
I'm cool. I'm right.
For real.
I was like, oh yeah, Jesus, you a real nigga. You yeah. All right. All right.
Did that. Look.
I don't want no problems, Mort.
I stick to my bud and my little wine.
Okay.
That's good for me. Oh, look, she's so pretty.
Yeah, girl. Now you gotta go somewhere.
Okay, all of this some lashes. That'll be great. Hey.
This is so cute.
Thank you.
This is one of my favorites, I'm telling you.
Thank you. I love it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this gonna last too.
Yeah, girl, that ain't going nowhere.
Oh, for sure.
You can't sweat it out for nothing. Let me see, I seen a little white somewhere. I think it's just gel. Yeah, but I want to make sure you ain't walking out with Okay, cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I like this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like this.
This is crazy. You ain't got to worry about nothing. So, like, right here, well, I probably end up taking it down, but it's a track here. Literally, what I do is I lay the track this way and flip it back. So
okay.
Cover the lower. What's it called?
Got it. Okay.
Usually, no problems with it.
For sure.
But I like to let y'all know so when you're going to take it down, it ain't going to feel like how you would take the other track.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Love it.
Me too. I think it's cute.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Ashi Poo.